Alright, we'll start today's video off with what I'm doing with the car. This one right here is going to be a fix the no spark condition and then do the body work. And I've already taken off the ground effects and stuff. That'll be a separate thing all to itself. I got them piled up in the corner. Done quite a bit already. Nothing really hardcore for body work, so I can walk everybody through how it's done, all of this. So we have front ends off. You see I marked a couple of low spots and a high spot. So going around the car and knocked down all the high spots, identified everything. I circled everything. If it's high, got an H. If it's low, it's got an L. I went around and tapped down all the high spots already. And now we just have the low spots. And on the low spots, I'm going to sand them down. Complete bare metal so I can see what I'm working with. Put a coat primer on it. And I'm going to go back through and put some very, very light filler. So you can see where all the damage is and stuff. This will also be a good documentary for whatever bodywork's done, so when I sell the car, people can see what's been done and what hasn't been done. As far as I know, this is original paint, hasn't been resprayed, but what they did do is they touched up a couple spots, and they used like spray can paint, which looks absolutely terrible. So that's why the whole car needed a respray. I'm just going to go back with, it's Oxford white. I think I might change it up a little bit and put a little pearl in a mid coat. See how that turns out. But as the fender, this one had a dent. When I got it, it had a dent here. Pushed in this crease. It was pretty bad. I got most of it out. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it here. So majority of it's out, just a light dent in there yet. Hammered and dollied everything I could. And then I was taking off the hood to change the motor out in it. And I dropped the hood on this corner right here. And I got the dent out of that. And it's just real minor surface stuff now. Still a few little spots that I missed before, and I'm sure I'll see some more. A couple low spots, a low spot here. This right here, the whole side of the door here looked like it was like a washboard, and has a crash bar behind it. And I think the sealant between the skin and the crash bar was like pushing it out when they dented in the side of it. So I went through and hammered down all the high spots. It looks a lot better now. It's still wavy, but it's nowhere near as bad. Like it was like half the thickness of a golf ball. That's how deep it was and stuff. So I got most of it out. Tapping down the high spot, pushed out the low spots too. So that was pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Another little low spot there. Got a little low spot here. So the roof looked like somebody laid something across the roof. There's a spot there you can see, and there, and it kind of just goes across. I marked it. I think there's a bar or something laying on there. When I picked the car up, originally there was like a milk crate on top. It had freaking hose in it and a bunch of extra parts and stuff. So that's probably what dented the roof. The back, there's no real dents on that. It kind of looks like it, but it's not. Those are just where the paint was chipping off. It really took a toll on it where the spoiler was. So the factory GT spoiler was there. And I had some rust pitting here and here. I sanded down to bare metal and put some navel jelly on it. Rust remover, and same went over there. So I'm going to clean all that off and then spray it and put some primer on that, and then it just needs a little skim coat or something. And then what I was thinking about doing is really, this is that area I was telling you about, was where they just put regular spray paint on there. Thinking about taking this whole thing down to bare metal, because I really don't like the way the paint's chipping off in some spots, and it's a lot of spots. So I'd rather just start from scratch. Sand it all down to bare metal, shoot a coat of filler primer on it, and then go back and start body working it after that. I'll have document pictures of where the body work needs to be done, which isn't too bad. Or I may do the body work before I sand it completely down, but these areas right here that are low and stuff will be sanded all the way down before I put anything on it. Start to fill the primer or whatever. This side, this door was the same way as the other one, but nowhere near as bad. A little tiny low spots. This right here was, this lock was caved in pretty good. Somebody had really done a number on it when they were trying to get in the car. I pushed it out as best I could in the time and fixed it. You can't really get a dolly back in there because of the way the metal goes in and around. But there's a couple low spots here. They'll get some little bit filler. I did the rubber eraser wheel on the emblems to get the sticky stuff off. Like I said, the ground effects are off. They just pretty much, once you get the screws on the bottom and then the wheel wells there, they just lift up, and these little metal things catch them which is pretty cool. So I got to clean off where I use that rust remover stuff. And then, so the dings, this is where the hood hit the fender over there. It fell in this corner, and I got most of it out. I got to do a little more tapping on that, but other than that, that's pretty much where the bodywork's at. Not really a ton of stuff to do, but it'll be a little time consuming. Once I get that, once I get the bodywork done, get it all in primer, and then get ready to paint it, probably shoot it, and then I'll go back and on and off, I'm going to go through and try to figure out what my troubleshooting problem is with the no spark. It's seems to be, let me put this up here like this, put this thing in there, prop rod. Alright, so what I think it is wiring. It's either wiring or the ECU is bad. So what I did was I replaced the entire distributor because I heard there was a sensor down inside that could be bad. It's not picking up when it picks up the spark. And then the coil, I replaced that also. I also ohmed out these wires, which ones were supposed to go where, and seeing which ones had power, which ones didn't, which ones the continuity, if they didn't need power or ground. The ones that go to the coil, the red wire's hot when it's supposed to be. The other wire used to read like a ground, but then it doesn't. I don't know, it's kind of weird. So there's something going on there. Either the ECU is not giving it the signal or something, but I think that's my issue, would be this wire right here, maybe. Like I said, I'm gonna either find another ECU, swap it in. It's a A9P because this was originally an automatic car. It's got a manual in it now, but so when I had drove it in here in the garage, parked it in the corner, worked on some other projects, went to go back to it, and then it wouldn't start. And that's when I noticed there was a power going to the coil, but there was no ground on this side. I tried to run just a straight ground there and see if that would fix it. It did not. It still wouldn't start. It turns over just fine. Turns over fast. Starter works great. The battery works great. I got a fresh, brand new battery in there. I even put the jump pack on it and then try to get it to go that way to spin it even quicker, and it still didn't. Still didn't want to fire over, and I still wasn't getting spark. So I'm not getting spark coming out of the coil. The coil is good because I put a brand new one in it, and it's still no spark. So it's this right here. Something with the wiring on the ECU. So like I said, I'll do the ECU. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to start changing wires one by one until I can figure out which one it is. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. I just need it to run. So, and it runs really good, and it sounds awesome when it fires up. It's got a stock rebuild. I rebuilt it myself. It's got a stock bottom end rebuild with an F cam. It's got a Explorer upper lower intake. It's got 24-pound injectors, bigger MAF, bigger throttle body. Like I said, it sounds really good. It revs really quick. I wish I could fire it up right now, but like I said, it doesn't start. Don't know what else it could be other than those two things, either the wiring or the ECU. Could have an ECU issue. This damn thing's like, what, 40 years old now? Just not sure. We'll get around to it. Took all the trim off the windows. What else did I do? I got new side things right here. I just need to pull these off and put the new ones on. I don't think these are the new ones. You know what? Maybe those are the new ones. The guy already changed them out. Yeah, they look too good to be, I don't know. It's a tough call. I'll have to look again, see if I got the new ones laying around somewhere. I'm not sure. Or if these are the new ones. They look kind of, maybe, I don't know. I think the other ones had like chunks missing out of them and stuff. So these may be the new ones on there already. Alrighty, that's where that's at. It's got new tires, wheels, 5-lug conversion, Cobra brakes. The rear end's out of a 2006 Mustang V6. It's got 373 gears, and I rebuilt the locker in it. It's got carbon clutches. The interior's been completely redone. It's got 03 Cobra seats in it. In the front, there's no back seat. It's got a what do you call it? A rear seat delete. But rebuilt the panels and put all new cardboard behind them, plastic and stuff. It's got the brand new Super T5 transmission, in it, so it's supposed to hold up to 350, 400 horse, or foot-pounds of torque or something like that. I don't know, it's really high. It's a world class, but it's the super one, super duty one. It was $2,000 new online on sale, so I picked it up, put it in there because my other one was having issues. Everything pretty much works on the car. It's got a brand new headliner in it. I put a vinyl one in there. It's all cut from a roll of fabric and sprayed in there and put it in there. That's the wrong interior light right there. It does not work. The little map light works, but that one doesn't. I should have used the old interior light. It just looked, this one looked cooler because it had the buttons you could turn it on and off. And like I said, there's the rear seat delete. It's got a 5-channel amplifier back there, all new upgraded speakers. I'm pretty sure they're JL audio or JB audio, one of those. But it's got, let's see, 2, 4, 6 speaker stereo. And what else did I do? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, like I said, I've replaced everything I could. Whatever I couldn't find, I just refurbished. It's got a nice, it's one of those cheap Chinese head units, ATO, ATO. It works really good though. I do have a kit to change the radio, to move it up and move the AC controls down. I just haven't put it in yet. Now I'm trying to get all this other stuff done. Seats are in really good condition. I got a hell of a deal on those because they're going for like $1,200 now, and I think it's been $350 on them. But yeah, all the new carpet, or it's not new carpet, it's refurbished carpet. I dyed it. It had good wear, so just no sense changing it out. Got the cup holders in there. It also has a USB connector things there, and one tells you how much power the battery has or something like that. All new weather stripping around the doors, the seals, all the seals have been replaced. All the seals inside the door have been replaced. It's got new power window motors. What else did I do? Got the aluminum things around the handles there, which black's already coming off of those. I may have to Cerakote them. Those little surrounds for the door handles. What else? I think that's it for that. Yeah. Glass is all good. It's fresh tint on the windows. It's 5% from here back, 23% on the sides, and a 5% strip across the front, which I might take that off. I don't have any head visors in there, so I might have to leave it. Other than that, I got all the pieces that came off. Everything works. There's no issues with the car. I'm just selling off my projects. I want to do something different, build different stuff, so selling off the stuff that's mine. I need time to work on the stuff I do want to keep. Like I got my 66 Roadster over there that I want to work on to finish my brother's trike, and then I had to sell this ATV over here too. But you see, I picked up a lathe, and then I have a milling machine over there. It's one of the Chinese knockoff ones, but it's pretty good. This is the lathe is America made though. Got a bunch of other stuff too. I got a sheet metal brake. So I want to get into more custom fab and stuff. I think that's where we're at, and I'll just document the body work. Nobody wants to watch anybody sand, so I'll just take you through the steps as I do them. Try to make the videos short. Thanks for your time.